Hello, Lou Hamilton of Audible Elegance here in Cincinnati, Ohio. We do have parking in the rear of the building. Sometimes I have to remind people of that and remind myself actually. My staff does work on Facebook, Instagram, and X. I write a monthly blog on our website, audibleelegance.com. And I'm in my dress whites in respect to the nursing staff of the Cleveland Clinic, where my wife successfully received a second heart transplant after 4 months in cardiac ICU. Great staff there. They became family, literally became family. And the ICU staff, which received Debbie after she received the transplant, and boy, did they have to work. They did a great job. Okay, I'm going to get back onto the audio and theater kick. The other one was talking about the acoustical environment. Now we're going to talk about the electrical environment, how they're different. A lot of people want, for the dollar, they want a home theater processor to be X, Y, Z with, we'll call it Lord knows channels. 5.1, 7.1, 10.1, Atmos, you name it. They're expecting for the dollars they pay that they're going to get equivalent performance. Nice try. Okay. Here we're concentrating on 2 channels and regulated power supply, if it's done well, to deal with that 2-channel. Okay. When you start talking about theater processors, this isn't going to work. To me, what you do is you have to multiply it by the number of channels that you're adding to it, as a multiplier from 2. Why? 1, you have the channels themselves. 2, you got the challenge of the power supply. 3, you've got video signals running all around the inside of a preamplifier. This is a source of noise and a real problem, okay? And then we'll add my favorite, digital. So you've got these 2 systems here adding noise within the unit, either electrically or or physically, so to speak, to what's going on with all of these channels of information. Audio keeps it simple, 2 channels, that's it. So if you want equivalent performance, to me, if you were going to spend $1,000 on an audio stereo preamplifier, you're probably going to be spending about $5,000 on the theater processor to get equivalent musical performance. Again, not an argument to have a separate audio and theater system, but there's cause to do it that way. Now, some theater processors years ago, Proceed in particular, which was a really wonderful product out of the Magical Group that made Levinson, they actually had a theater processor which you could cut out and bring into the audio a stereo preamplifier. A few pieces may still do that today. So they recognized that all of this was going to degrade the performance of your stereo music listening. But this is real rare anymore. And even though they may have what is affectionately on some of them called bypass. Oh, so we'll not have a processor. A lot of the bypasses still end up going through the digital chip. It's not pure analog. And even if it is pure analog, you still have the power supply question, you still have the video amplification going on, and the digital circuit's still sitting there humming along. So it's a nice kind of attempt, but it's not this. You know, it's like buying a $12 surge protector and thinking you're going to be good against lightning. It sounds good, but the reality is a little different. So again, you know, if you're going to try to get equivalent audio performance in a home theater, you're going to have to up the game on the price of the processor. Now, there's a lot of people out there who have appropriately, really honestly appropriately, complained, bitched, I mean, it could be a better word for it, about what happens to the value of the home theater processors, because the industry keeps changing the standards so much for this that what was a good investment trying to follow this 5 years ago, you know, well, it doesn't do 8K, it doesn't do 4K, it doesn't do this, it doesn't do that, it doesn't have Bluetooth, you know, so these things sink in value really quick. I mean, they fall faster in value than, you know, than a Tesla. So, I mean, I get that. I understand that. So, to me, just like in the audio world, if you're only buying audio, the best thing to do is to buy quality once and enjoy it for 10 or 15 years and then replace it. If you're going to try to keep up with the latest and greatest, you know, you're going to make somebody really wealthy and yourself really poor, and someone else in your household really pissed about, you know, the debits in the checking account, okay? So you want to set down once and run with it. Don't keep rebuying. You'll never win. And that's it, folks. There we are.